because I think that there's so much kind of power and value in sharing your journey and connecting with other people who are also figuring things out and trying something new and being seen to be trying. Hi, and welcome to episode 4 of the Year of Actually Trying. Now, this week, we're going to fold my laundry and talk about the importance of showing up when you don't feel ready. Which, now that I'm saying that, I've actually kind of realised that I'm showing up for this video when I'm really not ready, hence why we're going to be folding laundry. So, a big part of this video is that I haven't quite figured out my routine with sharing online yet, and so I have a lot of things to do today, and one of them is filming. And I just thought I've got to get my I've got to get my folding done, I've got to get my laundry done. So why not combine the two, have a little chat about what it feels like to show up when you don't feel ready, and my experience of that in my first, I guess, month of sharing online. And I mean, hopefully this isn't just really annoying to watch, but I don't know, maybe if you've got some laundry that you need to do, you can fold it at the same time. So, as I mentioned, it's been about a month since I started sharing more consistently online, and also a big part of that, hence why we're folding laundry on camera, is that I've been trying to stick to specific days of sharing specific things. And the main reason for this has been that I've wanted to get myself into the routine, I guess, in a way, but also just the familiarity with actually posting, because it's not something that I have actually tried in the past, really. And I'm definitely a big kinesthetic learner, so I learn by doing. And I think that's where this kind of learning on the job and showing up when you don't feel ready sort of mindset is really valuable for building momentum. And once you've built momentum, you kind of realize that momentum will definitely take you further than motivation will, for me anyway. And so that's kind of what I have noticed with sticking to the specific days of posting. I made like a big kind of social media sharing online content calendar over the Christmas period, and I've filled that out pretty much for like the first 4 months of the year, and trying to stick to those specific days and the things that I want to post on those specific days is definitely what is very, very slowly helping me to build momentum. So when we're looking at momentum, I thought I would do a little quick story time about my last kind of venture into sharing online. So a few months before Christmas, I got the idea of wanting to post every single day for a month. And so I was trying to work out the best way to do this, and I put together a little challenge for myself called the 333 method. And so for this, I was tracking 3 habits for 33 days. And actually saying that, tracking 3 habits for 33 days is just, flashed me back to when I was doing that, because I was saying that every day for my intros. And basically, this was a big challenge for me because, as I said in that, I hadn't ever really posted consistently online before. I definitely shared stuff online when I was in my teens. I was a big fan of like Tumblr, MySpace, stuff like that. But yeah, definitely kind of from my mid to late 20s onwards, I hadn't consistently shared online. So it was a huge challenge for me to film every day, edit every day, post every day. Or actually, I thought it would be a huge challenge, and that's kind of where this momentum thing kicked in. And with that, I was sharing every day. So I would say within a couple of days already that momentum was there, that knew I had to share something that day. I had to film. I was more conscious of like making sure obviously that I hit all my habits that I was tracking. And yeah, it just kind of threw me into that momentum place where that was more important to me than being motivated to do it, because I wasn't motivated to do it most of the days, to be honest, because it was quite out of my comfort zone. I was doing it alongside my job, also just life and things that come up, and that you kind of think, how am I going to find 30 minutes to read today, or 30 minutes to do some exercise today? But I had the momentum building of the process of filming, editing, and posting, and that's kind of what kept me going for the 33 days. Although there was one day where I had to combine, I think it was day 28 and 29 where I did combine the days, but apart from that, I did stick to it. And one of the biggest things I noticed was that when I finished that, to be honest, I thought, I was like, right, I'm just going to keep posting every day now because I'm really in the momentum of it. I feel like I might feel a bit weird if I don't. I didn't. I ended up taking a break for a few weeks because it was kind of, I think it finished maybe around like the end of November. So in December, I took a break and then made my plan over Christmas of what I was going to do next. But I really noticed it missing from my life. And again, it wasn't this feeling of like being motivated. It was more that I had built so much momentum around sharing online and creating that it felt weird that I wasn't doing it. And so this is where I feel like showing up even when you don't feel ready is really valuable, because the stuff that I was sharing, it wasn't like groundbreaking stuff. I wasn't like building a huge audience from it, but it was doing so much for me internally and creatively, and also just kind of helping me develop a bit of like identity and recognizing what I liked, what I didn't like, what I would share, what I wouldn't share. And although I don't really like the kind of personal brand sort of thing, I think identity and likes and dislikes resonates with me more. It all was just helping build that. So not doing that every day was, after only 33 days of doing it, felt very noticeable for me. And so this thing of showing up when you don't feel ready is, I feel like, as much as I hate to admit it, because I don't feel like it does come very naturally to me, I do think there's so much value in doing it. Because another thing is that you won't ever feel ready. And I have spent a long time in that kind of limbo of thinking, oh, I'll do this and then I'll feel a bit more ready, or oh, I'll get this certain equipment and I'll be like, that will be the thing then, that after I've got that, or after I've sorted that, or after I've done this, I'll feel more ready. You don't ever feel ready. Spoiler alert, you will never feel ready. So I think that showing up when you don't feel ready is kind of the only way to do it, and it's definitely the only way to build that like momentum over motivation feeling that I had when I was doing that series, and have also got now. Although now I'm not sharing videos or anything like that every day, I still kind of feel like I want to be sharing more, which I think is a good thing. So, something else that comes to mind for me under this topic is that it's not that things are hard. Like when you start doing something new, it's not that it's hard, it's just that it's new. And I think there is a bit of nuance around that. Like, obviously, there are things that are just hard to do, and even as you get better at them, it's always going to be hard to do. But in the sense of sharing more, creating more, getting comfortable with kind of being seen and being seen to be trying, which is what this whole series that I'm doing this year is about, that isn't hard. It's just that it's new. It's just that it's unfamiliar. I'm at socks now, which I like doing. I recently shared a video, episode 3 of this series, where I was playing piano on camera. And by playing piano, that's very, that's quite generous for me to say that because I'm more just kind of like going like this and hoping that a tune comes out. But those first few sessions on the piano truly felt like, and they have in the past when I've tried playing, they've truly felt like the hardest thing I've potentially like ever done. And it's always like, I always remind myself it's not hard, it's just new. Because of course it's hard, like of course, you know, learning a challenging piece is hard and everything, but that kind of feeling of I'm not going to bother doing this because it's hard, that that's not right. That's what you shouldn't be thinking, is what I tell myself, because it's just hard because it's new. And then finally, so as I said, I am currently doing a series called The Year of Actually Trying, and I think that's a huge part of this, you know, starting before you're ready. It's like I'm very much not ready, and everybody's seeing that, or everybody who sees the things I'm sharing sees that. And I do think that there's a lot of power in kind of like connecting with people over that. I shared another video of me talking about learning the piano and connected with quite a few people over that. And because I think that there's so much kind of power and value in sharing your journey and connecting with other people who are also figuring things out and trying something new and being seen to be trying. I think there's a lot of value in that, as I just said, but we're saying it again because there is. So that is it for today's episode. I guess this video just made sense for me to do right now because I have been doing this journey, with this being episode 4, I have been doing this more intentional journey of actually trying for a month now. And yeah, I've definitely felt like such a beginner, like in so many ways. And I think I probably will for the whole year, to be honest. So yeah, it just felt good for me to reflect on showing up and starting when you don't feel ready, because that is very much what I'm doing right now. And that is also very much what I would encourage you to do. So that is it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I still have loads more folding to do and quite a lot of other things, so I'm going to go. But I will see you in the next one.